Whoa, it's Wulzy. I'm on my alt account, Dance Woman, again. Welcome back to the co-op building series Level Swap. Today I've got hiavl with me. Say hello.
Hello, I'm hiavl.
This is Level Swap. hiavl and I are both going to start brand new levels, but every 20 minutes we must pass our levels over to each other until we've had 3 turns building on each level. The end goal is to make a functional part of a level. In our building time, we're going to both split up and record individually to keep the mojo of the video, so make sure that you watch the other side if you want to see their perspective too. And yeah, is there anything you have to say, hiavl?
Well, I'm really excited, and I hope I don't mess up.
You sound really excited.
Yes, I'm very excited, yes.
I'm about to start the 20-minute timer.
Let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. This is the song I'm using. It's called Teleporter by Laps. It's got this really nice segment right here that I want to make a 2-time ship section to. Go and support Laps on Newgrounds. They're really good, trust me. I'm going to be repeating some gameplay for this, like this falling segment. I think that's a nice thing to have repeated and then flipped when you have to fly down the way. Gonna put a normal gravity portal here, and then I can finish off this section with another repeat of the falling. I've got my green gameplay line set out so I can see exactly where I need to go. Then I'm gonna press the check mark box on this portal so I can see the boundaries. Just gonna move that portal into place like that, add a few extra spikes just to round off the edges and make it look nice. I've copied the structure over to here. I'm gonna get rid of the mini spikes and replace them with invisible versions. Then I'm kind of sprucing up the structures by the time you get towards the end of this ship part with a couple of spike walls like that instead of all slopes. Then I've got quite a unique diagonal pattern that I'm going to line with some more invisible spikes, and then I can finish off with this yellow orb with just a couple of varied positions like this. That's a little bit neater how I've raised the platform up like that. I've also left myself enough room for some saw blades to fill in the space. And here we go. We have a nice starting piece right now. Probably going to add some little subtle decoration to connect the structures a bit more, but I like how it's looking right now. There's a nice ending with the floaty portal transition like that. It's fully visible as well. None of the gameplay is off screen right there, which I was worried about. So yeah, I'm probably going to use the colorable bricks in this tab. While I've got 6 minutes, I'm going to make group 1 invisible and group 2 go to 50% opacity just to help them out a bit. I'm going to set these bricks to a new group 3. They can start off on like 0.2 opacity, then fade on to about half in 5 seconds, and then vice versa, just to spruce up the way it's looking a little bit, because the white is quite daunting for hiavl when he gets this back, so I kind of want to tone it down. I think I've given him some nice framework. I'm just adding a couple of pulsing objects to fill in the edges of the blocks at times when there's no spikes. I think this is a cool start for him. I would be gassed if I received this, so I'm not too mad at what I've done so far, even if it's a little bit excessive with some of the detail. Yeah, I'm very glad to have hiavl on this series because I think he's quite unpredictable, and I'm not sure when I'm going to get back here. Alright, that's time, bro. That's 20 minutes. Yo. You muted.
Whoops.
For goodness sake. I can't believe
British,
this.
yeah.
I have to upload a level called British. Slow speed, I dig it. Wait, what? Okay, cool. You put a club step monster.
Okay. Yeah, man.
So we start another 20 minutes now. The sync is really good, and that's leading me to want to do pulses first. Okay, the first thing that came to my mind was to add black blending ground spike decoration in like a pillar shape like this. Left side group 3, right side group 4. Hold on, did he do the exact same alpha triggers as me? Oh, he did 0.4. We were almost exactly the same there. Great minds think alike, you know what they say? Alright, I'm not going to scale hack these. I'm just going to scale them up to 1.5, rotate them, and let them move around the background like this. The left side of these is going to go to a desaturated pink, and then for the right side, I'm going to change the hue on them a little bit to a more purpley color. They're both on a 0.75 fade out. The first one's on a 0.5 fade in, and then the second one's halved in that time, so they kind of match up eventually. You see right there, they both fade out together. Also need to make sure that group 5 is moving back slightly so the background actually moves towards you. And for every set like this, I'm going to give them a new group. So that's 6. The next one up is 7. They're all going to start off on 0 opacity. I can just cram them into the corner like this just to initialize them. Then they're each going to fade on one by one like this just as the pulse trigger happens. Once I reduce the opacity of these, that movement's kind of going to sweep upwards from the bottom up like that. I think that's cool. I've then made a much shorter second pulse that kind of matches the in the song right there. On the bottom set of all the blocks, I'm filling it in with group 3 Clutterfunk blocks, which is the left side of the background. Then the top side, I'm using group 4 Clutterfunk blocks, which is the right side. These are going to fade on and off separately. Just playing with the opacity of the object line right now. Probably gonna have to use the RGB button for this. I was not expecting this. I'm kind of fumbling in this challenge so far. All of the details in the spikes need to be set to a certain color. I've selected all of the spikes. I've set the detail to copy the color of the background. And I'm also gonna give them a brand new group so I can post the detail of them separately. I'm going to copy the 3 side of these pulses, move them 1 to the right, and then change them to group 10, which is the new group. And I'm probably going to add the saws to the exact same thing, color channel 9, and we'll make that group 10 as well, just to copy the spikes and make it tie into something. Okay, let me try something. I've got a 20% opacity black square at the bottom. I'm going to copy paste it, move it up 1, copy paste it, move it up 2, copy paste it, move it up 3. Then if I scale this up and align it to the ground, it should make a kind of gradient. I don't know how that's going to work. I've added a block transition for everything else. These objects are on don't fade, don't enter. They look kind of strange, I can't lie. And they do lock onto the x-axis as you exit the level. That's kind of a problem. I can probably just fix that by changing the length of this to about 9 seconds, which is how long the level is. Okay, let's see if my plan worked. Please stop moving right about now. Perfect, it stopped. Okay, great. I haven't done great. I haven't done terribly, and that's time. I need to tell hiavl. Yo, your time's up, bro.
Bro, I barely did anything.
Oh my god, you did so much more than me. Wait, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, I have no idea what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just quickly adding some ground spikes while I think of what I'm gonna do for the background. All this is that they get turned off to 0 opacity at first, and then as soon as you cross them, they will turn on like this, as you can see. These 2 glow pieces have different groups, and they're rotating around the center piece right here, which is on 20. So 19's rotating 45, which is the top end, so it's gonna flip like this, essentially. And then 21 does the opposite. So I'm gonna select everything, copy paste it, add it to a new editor layer, and move it 1 to the side, and then build helper, I think. Then we can just keep repeating this. Normally I would optimize this to reuse some of the rotating groups, but this is a challenge. I'm too lazy for that. It's looking kind of smooth at the moment, but I want it to be a lot more climactic because this song is quite happy. On the top half of these triggers, I'm adding 1 to the times 360, and on the bottom half, I'm gonna add -1. That's creating a really weird vortex effect. I've aligned all of the objects now, so my player goes directly in the middle of all the disturbance in the background. It looks like I'm creating a whirlwind or something. I really like it. The level's about 10 seconds long, so I've added a color trigger back here, which changes the opacity of the black to about 0.75, as opposed to what it was before, 0.25. It looks really cool when it gets dark towards the end of the ship part. I'm really happy with this effect, even if it's one of the only things I've done on this turn. That's time.
It looks, it's like cascading. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a lot of rotation.
How many groups is it?
426? Oh my god! What? Oh my god! 400. Oh, okay. You know what?
I guess we kind of got to bounce off the arrow thing, right? So I've got this arrow set up right now. The top arrow is on group 3 and the bottom arrow is on group 4. And when I press play on the music, I think hiavl's done something with the colors of these. First and foremost, I'm just using these to connect some of the structures to the ceiling and the ground. It didn't look great, so I'm just adding some extra scaled up arrows that rotate around it like that. I think that looks a lot better, but they look kind of flat. So to establish some depth, I think I'm going to use some of these bricks and then space them like this. Oh, they're on blending. We'll just put these on color 1. There we go. Then we underlay these on B4. Don't fade, don't enter. And I think I'm going to set them to the alpha trigger groups, which is 6 to 9. 9's at the top, 6 is at the bottom. So they kind of fade on and off like that. That's going to be cool. I think every time I use them, though, I'm going to flip them upside down just to give it a tiny bit of variation on the way it looks. And it kind of plays into the idea of direction that I've got going on with the arrows and stuff. So that's adding a bit more dark space to the level. Now to balance that out, I need some more bright decoration. And I think I'm just going to make some glow that appears on and off inside some of the blocks. Just something simple. So I'm copying around some black blending glow that has the groups 3 and 6, which makes them pulse into color and on and off with the alpha triggers. Then for the bottom set of objects, I'm changing this to group 4 and then group 8. So there's going to be a difference top and bottom. I removed groups 6 and 8 from them because it was making the glow too invisible. I like it when it's nice and opaque and bright like that. It's not getting in the way of anything, I don't think. Although it is pretty big. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm doing a little bit of cleaning right now, removing all of the extended pillar pieces. Oh god, what have I got myself into here? It was getting in the way a lot and making it way too congested. That looks so much better now, doesn't it? Above the whole level now, I've made a blending screen that's using a new color channel 7, which copies the color of the background, changes the hue, changes the opacity, just to uplift everything and make it look a bit more filtered. As the level goes on, there's a color trigger that changes the opacity to 75%, also increasing the saturation slightly. With this screen covering everything, all of the colors are going to work together a bit more nicely since they all have the same familiar tint of that purple in the background. I'm going to add a couple of extra blocks within these designs that kind of adds to the color depth right here, plays with the opacity, how it stacks the brightness and stuff. I'm not going to lie, I don't think this level has any ground spikes yet. That might be an issue, and I've only got 1 minute to fix this. Can I do it? Of course I can. We just copy the values of this spike, and then we go to this tab, paste them onto this spike, and then we just line the ground, right? That should be fine. Okay, I'm verifying that I need to give this to hiavl. Actually, that makes the ground kind of vibey when all the spikes are there, although it does cause a couple of ugly overlays. This level isn't as bad as it could have been. I thought this was doomed when I received it the first time, I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea what to do. We've made it work. Yo.
It's already done? Jesus, that was fast.
Sweet, you extended the block so I didn't have to. Whoops, I kind of died. If I design one saw, I can just copy paste it everywhere. That's the vibe I'm going with. Group 430 for saw. Oh man. So I'm going to tick the detail only box, something I don't do too often. And it's just going to be a pulse to white like that. Like literally just on the beat of the song. Like that, you see. I guess I could just copy these pulse triggers, change it to main only and do black for that. And then we got a saw inside a saw going right there. Okay. And now we start copy pasting everywhere. My tactic for balancing the saw sizes is to use all of the big saws first, then follow up with the smaller saws and then the smallest saws. Just while I was thinking of something else to add, I decided to make group 431, which is a bunch of these that I selected at the end, just fade to the background color. You gotta dare to be different. Yay! That's adding a little dash of color to them. This glow can honestly just copy the color of the background. I feel like that's going to make it a bit more obscure. There, that makes it a bit more smudge looking instead of so dark, because there's already enough darkness in the background. I kind of need to bring that color back somehow. Honestly, the way I've been creating with this, I don't even know if I can make a 10-minute video. There's so much nothing in this. I just want to leave a message right here. I'm sorry if the commentary in this video is kind of bad, because I don't really know what to say or do at this point. I'm just adding whatever looks good and then explaining what I've added instead of explaining while I'm adding, you know? It's like a different style because I'm just so lost with what I'm doing right now, but the time's up. I need to tell hiavl, yo, your time's up.
Alright, just in time.
I just used my last minute apologizing for how bad the video is. I'm just looking at these saws again. There's a bit too many, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree because there is, but.
Oh, you're carrying me. Okay.
No,
The last one. The last one.
Yeah, last one.
I have felt so lost for this entire video, and you're telling me that I have to finish this? Okay, the first thing I should do is probably change the ending. So color channel 7 was the blending screen. Okay, I'm just going to put a color trigger right at the edge of the level that changes color 7 just to copy the color of the background. So that should, and I say should because I don't know if it's actually going to do it, cover everything at the end. Hell yeah! 1 minute in, and I've already made the ending. Except, I do want to make that fade to black afterwards, so I'm just going to copy this color trigger, move it one step to the side, and then fade it to black in like 5 seconds maybe. I have an actual idea for something I can add. Can you believe it? So first off, I'm adding a star to every orb. Then along the green line, I'm going to use that half opacity that I added earlier on group 2. Okay, you've probably seen me do this a lot in my videos, but I'm going to select every second star, add that to a new group, which is 18, and then select the opposites of what I just selected, then add them to 19, and they're just going to toggle from one to the other. And then every 4 blocks, they swap over like that, so you can see the stars dancing. Wait, they're so small. You can't even notice that. Oh god. It's going to take a bit of my time, but I think it's going to be worth it if I scale these up to 2 times. It's going to make it a lot more significant. What if I extend the stars to be a part of the saws as well, but instead of being black on top of the saws, they can be white instead? I'm getting rid of this green hiavl, man. I don't like it. Did I just fix the whole level by removing the green? I went to blue instead. That looks so much better in my opinion. I'm sorry if you like the green. It's going to blue. And that's the end.
I'm muted again.
Okay, okay. And the block's gonna go all the way at the end. Oh, you're a monster. Yo, that's sick. You carried this so much. Oh my god. I think we clutched this, I'm not gonna lie.
We did kind of clutch it at the end, yeah.
Well, that's another level swap in the bag. Thank you for watching this abomination. Hopefully it wasn't the worst one so far. hiavl kind of carried. Have you got any last words?
Thank you for inviting me, man. This is really fun.
Let's go. Go and check his video. It'll be linked in the description once his video drops 3 hours after mine. Thank you for watching this level swap episode, and have a good day.